Well, it's interesting to be here tonight because Nambour used to be the centre of the coast economy, and perhaps when it... Okay, sorry, I always do that. But when it was the centre of the economy, perhaps that was the most successful period of the coast economy generally, because what we were doing was exporting more than we were importing. We accumulated a lot of cash, and that cash was used to build most of the infrastructure that you see around us, and also to purchase all the assets that Jason spoke of, that the council now manages. So as we've moved east with our economy, we've also created an economy that is less accumulating of cash and accumulating of more debt. So we're building a lot of buildings. They're all very glamorous. They're along the ocean front, and generally the idea is we can continue building more buildings and we'll accumulate more debt. So my contention is we have to move the economy back to west of the Bruce, and it has to include local energy production, green manufacturing, agriculture. And these may seem like, well, agriculture, a lot of people would say it's a very basic industry, but really agriculture is now high tech, but only west of the Bruce can we possibly accumulate the cash we need to create all the infrastructure that people speak of and all the extra things they want to add to the council's budget. The council doesn't have a great deal of money left. It's borrowed $450 million over the past 12 years. Out of existing cash flow, it can't really pay that debt back. So we will be condemned to keep on paying interest on it. But I'm an optimist that a good government with a different focus can create a council that can create a new region that will benefit everybody by having an economy that is generating cash rather than debt. So my background, as you may gather, is in business. My wife and I grew a $1,000 startup into a $12 million a year business that employed 200 people. We were in a very competitive industry competing with multinational entertainment conglomerates, and that business became one of the leading, if not the leading, independent Australian-owned movie and video wholesale distributor. And that background gave me the persistence and the pragmatism that the new council will need a great deal of in order to create or change the focus of the council from one that is totally internal looking. It looks at itself, it comes up with projects, it devotes your money to them, and then it creates a number of different projects that have no benefit to the community whatsoever. So this $450 million that was borrowed essentially had no benefit for the community. So we need to change what the council does. Rather than being an internally focused organisation, it needs to look outwards. It needs to facilitate industry that we need here west of the Bruce to create the jobs that go along with our population growth. Because everybody speaks about population and they speak about housing. Nobody apparently speaks about the jobs that must go with it. We cannot create those jobs east of the Bruce. They can only be created west of the Bruce. And that's what a new council has to do. It has to focus on doing that. So if you want to know more about my background, it's www.Michael Burgess for Mayor. And I have a sheet I'm handing out that has a great deal of programs that I intend to introduce. Sorry, my voice is going a bit. That's my pitch. Vote for me if you want a new economy with cash being generated that'll buy new infrastructure. We won't be going to other levels of government and saying, give us some money, and they say, no, we won't. And then they say, oh, yes, we will, but later on they say, no, we don't. They recently withdrew the whole of the infrastructure budget for the railway to Maroochydore, and then now they say they'll build one to Caloundra, which may very well not happen as well. So unless we are a self-reliant region, we cannot count on getting the things we look for.
Thank you.